Do you know the word for today is vision? Do you have one? If I take you back to 1980, my friend had a telescope. It was worth about £7,500. Now you had a choice just to look through the lens, or you had a choice to say to his father, can you teach me every aspect of how to use this telescope, which means that what I seen was different. And that's like the human being. You have a choice to look through a set of eyes. How far can you see? Who are you? What do you want? When people come in here for a consultation, I take them to a painting and I stand and look at it for 30 seconds and then I ask them what they've seen. And then we quickly realise that we see things differently, because what you tell me you've seen is not what I've seen. And I go first. Then we sit down and I say, what time is it? And they'll say 1:59. And I'll say, where's now? Point to it. Then I'll ask them where 1:59 is yesterday. Then I'll ask them where 1:59 is tomorrow. And then I'll basically say to them, does time go slow or does time go fast? And then I get them to understand what to focus on, because then I get an emotional wheel out and we start to talk about emotional states and where they live the majority of every day. And then we go deeper into insights to ask what triggered it. And then we move on to a life wheel and we look at the life wheel and we say, what are you doing by bridging the gap from where you are to where you're going, and how far can you see the road ahead? Can you see tomorrow? Can you see next week? Can you see next month? Can you see next quarter? Can you see next year, 5 years, 10 years? And then we move on to the business wheel. And we say, what's the matrix and how far can you see each lane? Here's where you are and here's where you're going under these 7 principles. And the concept is it's always pretty vague. But when it starts to become clearer is when I start to educate people. We're born into a family. We're in an environment, we're surrounded by people. And then we go into an education system, which is where all your limitations start to become. You actually start to become where you start to hear commands from your parents or your family. Watch when you start to crawl and start to watch, because people are embedding things into you to be careful, so they're creating a set of frames within your unconscious. It's my job to then go into your world and start to get you to understand what lies within you. And that's where the brain mapping is incorporated into the pathway, probably within 9 to 12 months of your journey with the pathway. The concept of discovering who you are and understanding the 3 minds and understanding brainwaves and understanding the functionality of your brain means that you're not living your life to a conditioned brain. You're living your life to understanding how to use the anatomy. That's why when you observe what I do, I must understand how to use this as a functionality to get me the life I want. And that's what I do with people. I pass on freedom where you feel good for no reason at all, and you can start to see further than you've ever seen before. And you start to bring things into your life that you've never brought into your life before, because you start to realise how powerful this is. Have a great day.